Welcome to Parents Are Our Partners. I'm your host, Karen Dunkley, Deputy Chief of Parent Family, Community Engagement, and Faith-Based Partnerships. We are excited and delighted today. We have two extraordinary guests, and we would love for you to stay tuned. Get your pens, get your pencils. We will have tons of good information to share with you. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Helena Cortez and Mr. Quentin Aaron. Helena Cortez, and this is her bio, truly outstanding, parents, is an actress who has performed in several stage productions in both New York and LA. Helena has appeared in national commercials as well as in various voiceovers. Now, let me tell you something about Helena. She is a writer, a producer, and was a feature on 98.7 KISS FM, really producing prime-time program segments. Helena is a consultant for a variety of creative entrepreneurs and celebrities in film, music, and fashion. Rounding out her industry experience, we know that she handles marketing and event promotions for celebrities and personalities. Helena Cortez, ladies and gentlemen, was born in Colombia. Woo! Go Colombia, and raised in New York. A perfect combination for success. So, welcome, Ms. Cortez.
Welcome, Ms. Dunkley. Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here. And next we have Mr. Quentin Aaron, who, are we ready? Starred in the critically acclaimed movie The Blind Side, opposite Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw. Quentin began his singing and acting career at an early age. Age 9, parents, age 9. So see, that's how young we begin. And listen to this. Quentin began his career singing in the church choir. Hello, boys and girls. In the church choir, he was leading out. Quentin's film debut was in Be Kind, Rewind, playing the Lion King character, and other credits also include the film Fightin' with Channing Tatum and Terrence Howard, and episodes of the hit TV shows, some of my favorite, Law and Order SVU, which is Special Victims Unit, and Mercy. Quentin was born in the Bronx, Boogie Down Bronx, New York. Welcome.
Let's get it. What's going on? How you doing?
Everything is well. So, Quentin, we can call you Q, right? That's your nickname?
Yeah, I'll go by Q.
Wonderful. So, we're so delighted and excited. Helena, a lot of our families are immigrants just like you. Latino immigrants are the second largest group that we have as parents and students in the school district. Can you talk a little bit to our parents about what was that experience like for you? Because here you are, this successful entertainment consultant, actress, doing the do. But what was this experience like for you as we speak to children who are immigrants just like you once were?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I think it's very important, regardless of how you were raised, what your background is, for us to support children, especially when they show any interest in the arts. For me, I remember living in Colombia. Before I left Colombia, I think I had seen TV a couple of times. Very poor, third world country. Coming to the United States, I was fortunate enough to grow up in New York City. I actually began my acting career, or my dream, my desire, at the Boys and Girls Club in New York City. Over there was a dance class, and we would put on little plays and whatnot, and from there it just continued. It's always been my passion, it's my dream. I love entertainment, and I think that a lot of our children want to pursue it and are just afraid. And being a member of the Latino community, a lot of times, unfortunately, first generation, second generation is very different. People from the old country a lot of times want to come here, and it's out of survival. It's out of just earning enough to change your life a little bit. So there's not a lot of time for the arts. There's not a lot of time for us to put our kids in to play instruments in an acting class. But it's a sacrifice that really should be taken, because, I mean, if if you do not light that fire, then there will always be a desire. There will always be something missing. When you have a desire to pursue art, whether it's to be a musician, a singer, a writer, an actor, it's a yearning. It's something you have inside, something that no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're working on, no matter what career you may already have, it's always in you. So why wait until later in life? Why not do it when you're young? And it's all about just motivating kids, just listening to them, and watching them put on a little show for you, and just letting them know how you were touched. So I think it's just really important to just listen to our kids, and if they show a little bit of interest, we should jump on it.
Thank you. So parents, we heard that, right? It's about motivating kids, that yearning that's inside you. So if they haven't figured it out by now, Q, our show is about engaging parents through the arts. How do we bring this yearning out? What is it that we need to do as parents to really get our young people engaged? The superintendent's initiative, Summer Learning and More, really focuses on tying children back to the arts. How do we connect our young people to these opportunities that they too may one day be Helena Cortez or Q? So Q, that brings us to you.
Cool.
And you also began at an early age 9, singing in the choir. So tell us a little bit about that experience for you growing up and being rooted and grounded in the arts, and a little bit about what role did your mother, because I know you had a fairly close relationship with your mom. What was that connection like for you?
She was my best friend, pretty much. We had no secrets. We pretty much both was into the entertainment. My mom was a writer, as well as she wrote and directed her own play when I was younger, and she would always be listening to music and singing to us. So I guess that's how I got into it. I actually did a talent show probably like around 7. I was 7 years old, and I was performing as Michael Jackson, and I've always been into music and singing, and my love for movies and wanting to be in it is from watching TV. Like I watched everything from TV shows to commercials and different movies, and always wanting to be the characters until I would act out the characters in the house. And when I joined the choir, that was because I got baptized. I was spending a year in the South with my grandma and wanted to sing, so she put me on the choir, and from there I just fell in love with it. Been singing on the choir ever since, and started taking drama. Like I would do the church plays, and then in school signed up with the drama programs, and just my mom found out, that he actually loves this. He wants to keep doing it, so she then stepped forward and made it her. How you say it? She made it her. How it was? It's a word I'm looking for. I
Her
can't
dream, her
she made it her determination to
her prerogative.
her prerogative
Yeah, right.
to sorry her prerogative to push me in the direction that I wanted to go, and make sure that I did whatever I can, or took the steps needed to become successful in achieving the goals I wanted to take. She's the one that found the movie for me.
Oh, your mom. Did we hear that, parents? His mom found the movie, critically acclaimed The Blind Side for Q. Wow, tell us a little bit more about that.
She, at the time, I didn't have representation, so she was acting as my manager. Well, a lot of people like to say momagers, moms that.
Right.
Yeah, so she found the role for me online and submitted me for it, wrote the casting director some heartfelt letter that made them call me in for an audition, and I went into the audition, 4 scenes, off book, totally just nailed it, just went in there and just did my thing without reading lines off the papers or anything, and the casting directors did something that I'd never seen a casting director do since starting to act. They cried.
Wow.
They cried. I never, like, tears running down the face, coming up, giving me a hug, and I'm like, I don't even really know how to take this, because, like, I've never seen this happen before. So I think that means that I did a good job. But
Right.
I don't really, at the same time, you can never really predict what a casting director is feeling, because they usually have that straight face. Thank you, that'll be all. We'll get back to you. They cried. I was like, okay. I think I have this. So I got called back in a couple of days later, spoke with the director on the phone. He told me how much he loved the tape, gave me some tips. I did it again. Next thing I know, I'm being flown out to LA to meet him. That was my first time on a plane and first time to LA. Like, it was so funny because, like, from that point when they told me I'm going to LA, I felt like, my whole fear of flying, the whole not never getting on the plane without a parachute, none of that hit me until I was on the plane and it started to move. Then the
Wow.
parachute popped in my head like, I don't, oh my God. I started sweating. I was breathing real hard. They're trying to calm me down. It was so funny, like the first plane experience. It was crazy. But it's just been a roller coaster from there. It's just ups and downs. But there's basically, with success or with whatever you want to do, you're always going to face struggles in life. And your parents are the ones that are supposed to be there for you to help you get through those struggles. And your parents know you best, so they know that when you're going through certain stuff, whether or not you like to say it, they know, so you can go to them and talk to them and not like act like if you're going through it alone. They're there for you to go to them and voice your, concerns. Maybe they went through the same thing when they were young and they know exactly what to tell you. So I just wanted to say that because I know there's a lot of kids out there that go through things as a teenager and they feel like the parents are too old to understand, or I'm not a parent, but I know from experience.
Right. Not a
about,
parent yet.
Not yeah, I'm not yeah, I'm not a parent yet, no time soon. But yeah, so I just know that, as a parent, they want to be there and help for the kids, but if we continue to hide things from them as if they don't know what you're going through, then it'll never get fixed. So, parents play a very important part in, the kid's life, whether they know it or not. And my mom, she played a very important part in mine. She is the reason I am the man I am today.
Mm.
Thank you. And that is beautiful. And I think that cue is important, that all parents hear that, right? That we really play such an instrumental role in raising our children, that we are, in essence, responsible for who our children become. And how powerful is it, especially around the entertainment industry, that your mom, she went out and she found this role and she wrote letters. So that's the kind of advocacy that we do on behalf of our children. I am so very interested, Helena. I really want to be transparent with you, my viewers, my parents, and just talk a little bit about my interactions with you. I actually know Ms. Cortez as someone who is truly knowledgeable, who is immersed and really brilliant in the entertainment industry. And Helena, I just wanted for you to know that I recognize that, because I know that it's really tough out there, that it can be extremely competitive, to say the least. And I'm just interested, can you talk to our parents and our young people? What does it take to become the next Helena Cortez?
I think that it takes a lot to pursue your dreams, and I think it takes a lot to be real to your dreams. I'm a work in progress. I am, and I have many dreams and many things that I know I will do, but I think that the most important thing is to stay real to your dream. There has to be a moment in your life when one has to decide what direction it is that you want to go in, what it is that you really want to do. And I think that it's very important, and especially when you're young and you're in junior high school or high school, and they ask people to say, what do you want to do when you grow up? What are you going to do when you graduate? I think that it's very important to take a moment and really ask yourself, what is it that I dream about being? Is it a lawyer, a doctor, an actress, an astronaut? Imagine that money wasn't an issue. Imagine you could do anything in the world. What do you want to do?